my name is Emily. I'm 11 years old and I live in Brooklyn, New York. And my first question to Larissa is, how old were you when you started singing? Why did you start singing?
So I was on third grade when I started singing, and it was because I had a teacher who was fantastic, who was my Spanish teacher then, who was very creative, and she wrote her own music. And around that time, she wrote the school anthem, and she decided to audition all kids in her class to see who could sing the song she had written. And she decided I was to be the one. Well, I guess she made me believe in myself. And I started singing in every talent show after in school. And yeah, it sort of happened because of her.
Eva, what is your first question?
I once sang in front of 30 people. How many people do you usually sing in front of, and do you get nervous?
Well, you know, when I started singing, I would sing for very small audiences. Now I've had the opportunity to sing for thousands of people at a time. You know, I once sang at the Madison Square Garden. It was like 20,000 people a night. So to me, it all comes down to my preparation. If I am not well prepared, if I haven't really, you know, put all my effort into it, I would be very nervous. As a matter of fact, I have nightmares of going to a concert or something and not knowing the words for my song. It's a nightmare. So the way I deal with my nerves is in my practice. In my practice, I see it, I prepare, and I imagine myself in the place where I'm going to sing. And still, when you're prepared, it's not that you're not going to get nervous, but you're going to be able to have, you know, more control of yourself if you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, you're going to be able to rise above that and actually enjoy what you're doing. And then you have to remember that the audience is rooting for you. They want you to succeed. They want you to see you shining out there. So nobody's out to get you. People come to have a good time with you, to see what you have to say and what you want to share with them. You have to have it clearly in your head first, and then you practice to get that, and then the rest comes after that.
Eva, your turn for another question.
What is the best part of being a performer?
But being a performer, you have to learn to love your practice. And it's a journey. For you to be good at your craft, you have to go through an emotional journey of yourself, and you have to learn new things. I'm constantly learning new languages. I'm most recently learning Portuguese for some Portuguese songs that I've discovered that I love. Before that, I had to study Italian, I had to study German, French. I sing in, obviously, English and Spanish, which is my mother language. And I've had to study some Russian because I discovered Russian songs that I love. And in studying languages and other cultures' songs, I learn about their people, about the way they think, the language of emotions. You know, it opens up whole new worlds for me. And so I feel like it makes me especially tough and resilient, especially in these times that I find are very stressful for most of us. So I feel like being a performer, and most importantly preparing to perform, has given me strength and resilience in tough times. So I guess that's my favorite part of it.
It's funny because I think Emily had a question about that, right, Emily, about the languages? So we got our answer, because it's interesting. As a singer, you need to use many different languages. If a song is in a different language, you need to learn. So it's interesting to learn languages in that way. Eva, do you want to ask another question?
What is your favorite song?
Another tough one. You know what? I don't think in those terms of favorite. It depends on the day. It depends on the mood. It depends on what my soul needs at the moment. Some days I feel like I want some happy music that, you know, will get me going. And I like to listen to Celia Cruz, who was a very famous Cuban singer who sings salsa and you know, very old traditional Cuban music that will make me want to dance. And sometimes I feel like listening to opera and Strauss, or I don't know, Bellini, and something more. It depends on the day, really. That's a very hard. I've been recently very taken by the guitar, so I'm listening to a lot of guitar music, mainly Latin American folk songs that I feel like are just get me into the happy place these days. So it really depends.
Emily, do you want to ask your last question?
Yes. So my last question for Larisa is, do you have any advice for younger singers like us?
I think I would repeat, love your practice, love working on your craft, and like I said, just imagine your best self and go for that, go towards that. Also, you need a good teacher to guide you. So listen to your teachers, but also listen to good recordings of singers that you love. Listen to singers. Listen to what they do. You can learn a lot by ear, by listening to your favorite singers. That's one thing. And the other is to be patient with yourself. Nothing ever happens like this. Be patient with yourself, work hard, imagine, be creative, and listen to your favorite singers and see what their journey was like. How is it? Who were their teachers? How, you know, how did they study? What exercise did they do? You know, what can you do to be a better musician? That's what you need to think of.
Wow, so well said, all that. The 4 points. So talking about listening to singers that we like, do you want to sing something?
I can sing a little bit of a song, a Spanish song, very famous Spanish song called Estrellita, Little Star, by Mexican composer Manuel Ponce. This is it. Let me see, I need a little note. I'm not perfect pitch. Okay, here it goes. Estrellita That's it.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. What a great thing to hear you like that, singing in live, like in front of us. This is great. Thank you so much. Thank you, girls, for asking those great questions. And thank you so much, Larisa, for joining us today for our lesson at Harmony at Home. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. What a pleasure to meet you, Emily and Eva and Ella.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.